Good afternoon and a very warm welcome. My name is Ian Haven and I'm the President of the Royal Commonwealth Society of Edmonton, commonly known as the RCS Edmonton. On behalf of both the RCS Edmonton and the Monarchist League of Northern Alberta, may I extend a warm welcome and thank you for your attendance here today for the tree planting ceremony honouring the coronation and reign of His Majesty King Charles III. I would ask that cell phones be placed in the silent mode. Also, we have an official photographer and videographer, Grant Cree of Grant Cree Media, photos of which will be made available of this special event. I would like to express my gratitude to the organising committee, the City of Edmonton Commemorative Tree Planting Program, our Piper Alistair Briggs and Grant Cree Media. Let us commence today's program with the land acknowledgement, followed by the singing of our national anthem, O Canada. As we gather here at Griesbach, we acknowledge that we are on traditional land referred to as Treaty 6 territory. We express our sincere gratitude and respect to the Indigenous people, including Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux and the homeland of the Métis, all being the original stewards of this land. This land has served as a traditional meeting ground, gathering place and travelling route. It is a welcoming place for all peoples who come from around the world as we continue to work together in building a great city for today and future generations.
Today, we gather to commemorate the coronation of King Charles III and celebrate his reign. The coronation of King Charles III on 6th of May 2023 at Westminster Abbey marked the first British coronation in the 21st century and the first since his mother's reign began in 1953, almost 70 years earlier. It symbolised the transition between two distinct eras of monarchy, bridging the long-standing traditions of the past with the evolving values of the present day. The coronation ceremony service took place at Westminster Abbey, the site of every English coronation since 1066, underscoring continuity and royal tradition. The service was of significance to the Commonwealth and beyond. It had a global audience of estimated 2 billion viewers across 125 countries. The coronation became a shared moment of heritage and pageantry worldwide. The sovereign of 15 Commonwealth realms, King Charles's crowning reaffirmed ties between the UK and nations spanning Africa, Asia, the Caribbean and the Pacific, offering an occasion for both celebration and critical dialogue about modern constitutional roles. Modernisation of tradition was achieved by shortening the ceremony compared to the 1953 one and incorporating multiple faith representatives. The coronation balanced reverence for age-old rites with acknowledgement of a diverse multicultural society. In Canada, the Coronation Medal was established to honour 30,000 citizens whose contributions have strengthened their communities or elevated Canada's reputation abroad. Some of you here today were awarded the medal. From volunteers who coach youth sports to lawyers and healthcare workers, recipients exemplified the spirit of service the coronation sought to celebrate. This medal echoed past royal jubilees, reinforcing how a monarch's reign can inspire civic pride and collective goodwill. Whether viewed through the lens of history, ceremony, symbolism or community impact, the coronation of King Charles III stands as a testament to the enduring power of the monarchy to unite, symbolise continuity and adapt to an ever-changing world.
King Charles III is the patron of the Royal Commonwealth Society for the world, all the 56 nations and over 70 Royal Commonwealth Society branches. Here in Edmonton we represent Alberta and our direct patron is Her Honour the Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, Summer Lakani, who has sent this message today. As His Majesty the King's representative in Alberta, I am delighted to see him receive this living tribute to his contributions to Canada and the rest of the Commonwealth. I had the honour of speaking with King Charles during his recent visit to Ottawa to deliver the speech from the throne. His Majesty expressed his deep admiration for Canada and its people and affirmed the bonds of friendship between our country and the United Kingdom. I hope the mighty bur oak that has been planted in His Majesty's honour at the Griesbach Community Garden will remind everyone who sees it of the strength of those bonds and the spirit of the monarch who has been so devoted to maintaining them. I extend my thanks to the Royal Commonwealth Society and the Monarchist League for their ongoing efforts on behalf of the royal family here in Alberta and across Canada. Signed, Her Honour, the Honourable Selma Lakani, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta. It is with great pride and heartfelt gratitude that we gather here today in the Griesbach Community Garden, a place that not only nurtures life but also honours legacy. As we commemorate the coronation of our patron, His Majesty King Charles III, we also celebrate a reign that stands for sustainability, service, equality, inclusion and stewardship. Griesbach is no ordinary neighbourhood. It is a living tribute to Canada's military families, those who have served, sacrificed and shaped our nation's history. This land, once home to Canadian Forces Base Edmonton, carries stories of courage and resilience, and today we add another story, a story of hope. His Majesty has long been a champion of the environment. I quote His Majesty, "It is our duty to leave our planet in a better state than we found it." Unquote. His voice has echoed across decades, urging us to care for our planet with wisdom, passion and urgency. By planting this tree, we honour the vision. We root it in soil rich with history, and we let it grow toward a future shaped in unity and care. In 2015, our two organisations came together to plant a tree nearby to commemorate the reign of Her Majesty the late Queen Elizabeth II, and what a momentous reign that was. Let this tree stand as a symbol of renewal. May it remind us that leadership is not only about titles, but about tending to the world around us. May it honour both the King's reign and the enduring spirit of the military families who call Griesbach home. Thank you for being part of this moment. May this tree flourish, and may this community continue to grow in strength, compassion and peace. Long live the King.
I'm very pleased to share these comments from our President, Dr. Ken Munro. The Edmonton and Northern Alberta branch of the Monarchist League of Canada is proud to take part in this tree planting ceremony to honour the coronation of King Charles III and to celebrate his reign. We are most fortunate in having someone who is very knowledgeable about our country as head of state and who enjoys returning home to be with us on the occasion of major events in our history. We are delighted that he visited us this year to open Parliament and demonstrate the significance of our constitutional monarchy, where we guard the true North strong and free. In the past, King Charles made two notable visits to our province as Prince of Wales. The first time His Majesty came to Alberta was in 1977. He represented the Queen at the Blackfoot Crossing at the centennial celebrations of the signing of Treaty No. 7 with several First Nations in southern Alberta. This represented a gesture of reconciliation, and he noted the generosity and goodwill of our Indigenous population. He spoke about the importance of the First Nations in keeping their unique traditions while living in the modern world. On July 1st, 1983, our king, as Prince of Wales, opened the World University Games held in Edmonton before 60,000 people and 2,400 athletes from 73 countries. This ceremony opened the eyes of the world to Canada and signified our contact with peoples around our globe, similar to our membership in the Commonwealth. We are fortunate in having such a wise individual as our head of state. The planting of this sturdy tree signifies our joy in his ascension to the throne in 2023. Let it not be thought that a constitutional monarchy is a thing of the past. It is a living symbol of our present age, signifying that freedom wears a crown. God save Charles III, King of Canada. Today you see before you the bur oak. It is a tree of strength and legacy. The planting of this tree celebrates both the king's reign and his lifelong commitment to nature. The bur oak, known for its resilience and longevity, was chosen to reflect the enduring values of service and sustainability shared by the Crown and the Griesbach community. This tree will stand as a living testament to unity, hope, and the deep ties between Canada and the monarchy, as it honors not only His Majesty's coronation, but also the generations of military families who have called Griesbach home. Now, the common names of this tree are the bur oak, the mossy cup oak, and the size, it can grow 15 to 30 meters tall with a trunk up to 1.2 meters wide, which is a substantive size. The bark is thick, dark gray with deep furrows, and it is fire resistant. The acorns are among the largest of all oaks, with a fringed mossy cup that covers most of the nut. Now, it prefers full sun, and it's adaptable to various soil types, including clay and sandy loam, and it tolerates drought thanks to very deep roots, and it's urban friendly, and it can live 200 to 300 years, and sometimes 400, perfect for a legacy tree. It represents endurance, strength, and wisdom, fitting for a royal tribute. Planting a bur oak in Griesbach not only honors King Charles III's environment ethos, but also mirrors the strength and resilience of the military families who call this community home. It is a tree that will stand tall for generations, just like the legacy we are celebrating. What we are doing here today in Griesbach is more than a ceremony. It is a legacy in the making. The bur oak will stand tall as a living tribute to history, community, and hope. Thank you.
I'll now call on Lisa Olive of the RCS Edmonton and Ashley Weed, Monarchist League of Northern Alberta, to unveil the plaque, please.
To all assembled here, I ask that you open your hearts and your thoughts to the God of your own understanding for the dedication prayer. And if you're not disposed to prayer, then I warmly invite you and welcome you to take this time for personal reflection. Let us begin. Creator of all that is good, we stand before you today to dedicate this tree to honour the coronation of our Sovereign, His Majesty King Charles III. May this tree, rooted deep in nourishing earth, reach ever upward toward the sky. May it be a living symbol of hope and renewal. As its branches spread, may they remind us to embrace unity and compassion, drawing strength from diversity and weathering every season with grace. Let a steadfast trunk be a symbol to remind us to stand firm in our convictions. loyal to the ideas of peace and service that our sovereign upholds. May the shade it offers be a refuge for all, and may its enduring presence guide generations yet to come to lead with wisdom, humility, and kindness. Bless this tree and plaque, O Creator, that it may flourish and thrive, bearing witness to a reign marked by compassion, growth in wisdom, and a heart for all people. May all who stop to read the plaque be inspired for what it stands for. In its growth, may we see reflected our own aspirations and deeds to nurture goodness and sow seeds of understanding, compassion in those around us. And so we dedicate this tree with hearts full of hope and gratitude. We offer our blessing and commitment to the vision it represents, now and always. Amen. Amene, Iho.
I call on Lindy Haven and Kath Baker, two members of our board, for a poetry reading.
This is called A Tree for the Crown, written by our own Mary Hunt. In Griesbach's soil, where stories sleep, where roots run deep and memories keep, we plant today with hearts aligned a tree to mark a royal time.
For king and crown, for earth and sky, we lift our hopes and branches high. A rain begins, a leaf unfolds, and quiet strength the future holds.
This tree will stand through wind and years, through children's laughter, veterans' tears. Its shade will speak of peace and grace, of service, love, of time and place.
So let it grow, this living sign, a nature's bond and royal line. And may its whisper always be, long live the king and harmony. Just imagine, years from now, this tree will be standing tall, quietly telling the story of this day.
Community engagement. Messages, comments or pledges. You are welcome to write these on tree tags, examples in the tree, or even make a notation in our guest book during afternoon tea. You may even wish to commit a small environmental action. These, along with a covering letter and photographs, will be sent to Buckingham Palace of today's event. I now close this tree planting ceremony with my sincere appreciation for your attendance and participation here today. Afternoon tea is available for all of us in the function room, Fairfield Inn Marriott Hotel here in Griesbach, just a few minutes away. Once again, my sincere appreciation and thank you for your attendance. Thank you.
After our tree planting ceremony and dedication for King Charles today, we held an afternoon tea at the Marriott Fairfield Hotel in the Griesbach area. So we welcomed our guests with an afternoon tea, hot and cold food and some conversation and just get to know you sort of time. I should mention that the Royal Commonwealth Society hold events throughout the year, winter and summer. Last week we had a dinner river cruise, which was great. And this afternoon we've got our afternoon tea and we'll have some other events through the winter, hopefully all being well.